Hello, everyone. Doro Barshoma. I am back, and I'm doing a song that's been requested a few times. Um, it's a new track from Shervin, and I believe this was put out in response to the protests. I've heard that this is the song of the streets. I obviously can't speak to that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I translated the lyrics, and it does seem to be very relevant. So I wanted to cover it. The song is called Baraye. Hopefully that was close. I'm not exactly sure how that YE sound is supposed to be in Farsi, but we'll get into it in just a minute. Before I do, obviously, like and subscribe. Two things, right? I try to be really thoughtful and respectful when I do these, and I would just request that you be, thoughtful in your comments. And I'm not a professional, and I really don't speak Farsi, despite the fact that my pronunciation there at the beginning was flawless. No, I don't speak Farsi. I'm learning bits and pieces here and there, but I'm also not a rapper. I'm not an audio tech, so take my opinion as an opinion and not as an authoritative answer. I got my coffee. And let's check this out. This is Baraye by Shervin.
برای توی کوچه رقصیدن، برای ترسیدن به وقت بوسیدن، برای خواهرم، خواهرت، خواهرامون، برای تغییر مغزها که پوسیدن، برای شرمندگی، برای بیپولی، برای حسرت یک زندگی معمولی، برای کودک زباله‌گرد و آرزوهاش، برای این اقتصاد دستوری، برای این هوای آلوده، برای ولیعصر و درختای فرسوده، برای پیروز و احتمال انقراضش، برای سگهای بیگناه ممنوعه، برای گریه های بیوقفه، برای تصویر تکرار این لحظه، برای چهره ای که میخنده، برای دانش آموزا، برای آینده، برای این بهشت اجباری، برای نخبه های زندانی، برای کودکان افغانی، برای این همه برای غیر تکراری، برای این همه شعارهای تو خالی، برای آوار خونه های پوشالی، برای احساس آرامش، برای خورشید پس از شبای طولانی، برای قرصای اعصاب و بیخوابی، برای مرد میهن آبادی، برای دختری که آرزو داشت پسر بود، برای زن زندگی آزادی، برای آزادی، برای آزادی، برای آزادی.
Okay, so Boroya. I got that. Okay, so that's it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful song. This is the part of the video where I talk about current events. I try to do these videos partially because I enjoy Farsi rap. I really do enjoy that. I've been listening to it a lot lately, but also because there's stuff going on right now in Iran, and I'm an outsider, right? Not only am I an outsider, I'm also from a part of the world where our relationship hasn't always been very friendly with the people of Iran. But I am not my country. I am not my government. And my government doesn't like me. So I try to be very open-minded. And there are things I deeply believe that I will not compromise on. I don't believe in authoritarian rule. I don't believe in dictatorships. I don't believe in military rule. I'm very opposed to those things. I don't believe in empires. I don't think empires are a positive thing. I want people to be able to live in relationship with each other and not in conflict. And so with that said, my perspective of what's going on in Iran is only my perspective. I'm not on the streets. But it seems that a lot of people are fed up with the way their country is being run, and specifically the people who are running it. This song, the protests, right? These started because of the killing by police of Jina Masa Amini, who was a Kurdish Iranian. Her name has become a hashtag, which I hope it's respectful, right? I hope that that's progress. But people have been in the streets for like a month, protesting these. Specifically, the beginning of the protest was the morality laws and the head covering laws, but that's not really what's driving it at this point. As far as I can tell, it's a lot more general freedom desires, beyond just women having the freedom to wear, no headscarves. And I personally, I support that. I'm not here to say what kind of government they should replace the current one with, right? That's not my place. I have my own opinions, but that's not my place. But I do feel very strongly that the people of Iran should be able to make their own decisions and should be able to live their own lives. Not everybody knows this. Most people do. But Iran, up until the rise of the current regime, right, was a fairly, let's say, liberal, a liberal country. Right, there are pictures you can find from the 80s, well, late 70s, of women on beaches in bikinis, which is not. Women aren't required to wear bikinis. I wouldn't say that, but it is it is an indicator of the kind of society that they were living in. That was considered okay, and now Iran is a very restrictive society in many ways. I just hate that. It matters to me that people are allowed to live how they want to live. I don't believe that we should be making laws based on religion, because the only time I think people should have to follow religious laws is if you follow that religion. That's my opinion. I grew up extremely religious. I grew up very, very conservative. And still, I don't think that the rules that I was following as a child, as a young adult, should be required for everybody that doesn't believe the same way I do, or that doesn't believe the same way I did, or that believes a different way than I did. I want people to have the right to self-determination. And maybe that's because I'm an American, and freedom is real big here. Even if it's not always true, we do like to talk about it. We don't have freedom from our goddamn police, and neither do the Iranian people. It's a very tricky situation. Anytime there's massive, protests, political upheaval, people get hurt. And I hate that. I don't want to see that happen. But I do want to see the people who have been getting hurt for a long time, I want to see them make their voices heard. And I want to see them be able to make some change. To force the government into, relaxing some laws, or stepping down, or changing some laws. I don't know what that's going to take. I know there have been big, prolonged protests before, and nothing changed. They shut down the internet, but The living conditions didn't improve. The laws didn't change. So just because there's lots of protests doesn't mean something's going to happen. But I very much hope something does, because the people deserve it. I am a huge history buff. I love history. And Iran, ancient Persia, has some of the coolest history anywhere in the world. They have some incredible architecture, the artwork, the progress that was made under Darius and Cyrus, and it's just incredible. And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit that the image we have of Iran is not of this place with immense history, right? The place that's been civilized before, before Europeans had farming, stuff like that, right? We think of it as this, in America, an enemy, largely. No offense, that not my opinion, just the way it goes over here. But it's more looked at as this extremely oppressive society, and the people of Iran get kind of erased by this picture that we have. I would love to see a world where progress is made, and progress in our relations between our countries can be made. A lot of people in my country like war, and I don't. So until we change that, I don't know what's going to change. But my thoughts are with the people, right? I know this has been sort of rambly, and not really talking about the music a whole lot. The song was pretty, right? I like it. It's beautiful. If I spoke Farsi, it would feel it even more, right? Because the poetry of it would resonate a little bit more with me. But what I could read, I really liked. Beautiful voice. I think he's got a great voice, and the piano is very pretty. But this is about more than that to me, right? This is an opportunity for me to hear some cool music, but also to try and keep people up to date on what's going on, to try and illustrate what's happening over there. And today, I don't know if this is true or not. I saw it on Twitter, which doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean it's true. But what I have heard is that there was conflict at the burial place of Masa Amini. There were protesters gathered there. And what I have heard is that security forces showed up and were shooting at them to drive them off. People are getting killed. People are still getting killed. And you got to make it count. You just got to make it count. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. If you're in Iran, be careful. Mask up. Bring water with you. Stay safe. Don't take your phone. Little things. And don't talk to cops.